Hello, Connectors. Charlotte and Grace here from One Less Stress Connect. Thank you for tuning in to hear another inspiring dose of insight from our popular Connect for Success Masterclass series.
Today we're joined by Stuart Armfield, who has an international business in 7 countries, and we're going to find out all about his entrepreneurial journey, how he's managed to attract his ideal tribe, and how he has become an expert in building relationships. So Stuart, thank you for joining us today.
No, thank you for having me. I'm loving this.
Absolute pleasure. So Stuart, today we just want to touch briefly on your story, how you got into network marketing and how you've built such a successful business, what you have now.
Okay, cool. So my background before I heard about network marketing, before I even knew it existed, was musical theatre. So ever since I was a really young little boy, and I knew Grace at that time as well. My hero was Jason Donovan. And so I basically wanted to be a performer because I saw him on TV and I was like, I want to be that man. So I went to musical theatre school and I had a great time. But being self-employed, I just found really, really tiring and tough. I'm a really hard-working person, but there wasn't always the jobs for me to find and go to and have. And so I was definitely looking for something else, and that's when network marketing came into my life. It was a complete accident. I moved in after I finished the tour of Whistle Down the Wind. I moved into a house full of performers, and one of these girls was doing this business called Arbonne. So I'm a quite open-minded person, and I was just like, well, tell me what it's all about. She told me what it was all about, and for me, it just ticked every box I was looking for. Because at the time, I was looking for something I could do part-time around my acting career. And so it worked really well in that first 2 to 3 years of doing both. I loved having a business at the same time as, running my acting career. And so, it took me 3 years to reach the top level in the company. And I got there on my 30th birthday. And then since then, I've just been go gung-ho, go.
Amazing.
This is Nicola Wills here in the background.
Hi, Nicola. Another successful entrepreneur.
In her little onesie.
Yeah, so it goes.
That's the best bit about working from home, though. It's that you can literally do, have, and be anything. There she is. She's going to regret that one on Facebook.
Brilliant. So Stuart, within that 3-year journey, in terms of attracting the right people so that you can help them grow their businesses or even clients into your business, what were the sort of challenges that you faced and how did you overcome them?
My challenges, I suppose that, I just think you're always faced with rejection. And I think that's one of the hardest things but actually, as a performer, I was used to that rejection. But actually, when you start running your own business, and it felt a bit more of a personal attack against me for some reason, because I was putting myself on the line. And I also, within that, I was having to stretch myself and absolutely step outside my comfort zone constantly. And that didn't feel nice either. But after a time, that comfort zone gets stretched so much that then becomes your norm. It was just a case of everything. I forgot the question now.
We just asking about your challenges, but I guess, as you said, stepping outside your comfort zone.
Yeah, stepping outside my comfort zone. And the challenges, I suppose, was trying to convince myself that I was good enough to do something as big and as epic as this. And so that's where personal development for me has been an absolute game changer. It's really helped me believe that it was possible for someone like me from an average background. I didn't have a bad one, but I didn't have I wasn't wealthy beyond all measure. And so just believing that I could attract these big figures into my life was one of the hardest battles that I had to face, I think.
Okay, so what do you think you would do differently? Now, obviously you talk about personal development and that was the key to getting you where you are now. Do you think you would have embraced it a bit earlier, or what might you have done a bit differently?
Well, knowing what I know now, I would have acted in a completely different way. My mindset wasn't in the right place when I very first started my business. So it took me 10 months to get to that very first level in my Arbonne business. And so in that 10 months, my mindset was like, I'll see if it works, let's give it a go, I'll try.
Yeah.
And then when I actually made the decision that this was happening, there was no try. It was, I'm gonna make this happen. So I suppose if I was going to change anything from my story, which I probably wouldn't change, because I love it,
Yeah.
it made me a superstar. But that's the story. I would say that the thing that I would do from day one is have utter vision and utter belief, like knowing without actually seeing it in the material, but knowing I was going to be a huge success. And I feel that now, whatever I put my hand to, I know that I can achieve, because I will work to the death to make it happen. So yeah, whatever I put my mind to, I can achieve. And I think that's the same as everybody, really. But some people give up just before it's about to happen.
So would that more or less be your key message to our community of connectors, that, you know, just keep going, follow your heart, put you're all into it, really, if you believe in yourself?
Yeah, listen to your gut and visualize the end result. Visualize what it is you absolutely want to happen, and focus on the feeling of the end result, because that will bring it so much quick. That will bring it much quicker to you. Because most people focus on the lack and focus on what they haven't got and the reasons why they can't do it and the reasons why this happened and not that happened, and that just pushes it further and further away from you. I always focus on, like, I've set myself a really big goal for 2017, and there isn't 1 ounce of my body that is focusing on it not happening.
That is amazing, and you've already achieved so much, so we can't wait to see this come into fruition. So it must be a big goal.
Yeah.
5 wide. Here we go.
Oh, amazing. So one of your key strengths is you've managed to attract a tribe that really, really resonates who you are. They're vibrant, energetic and funny. And within any type of business that people start in, it's really important to attract that ideal tribe. How do you think you've managed to do that and convey that?
I feel like one thing I am is I've got quite a big personality, but on the other side of me, the side that not many people really get to see is that, like, deep down I have like a slight shyness about me, so which by that it means I'm a really good listener. So I think that's actually been my in my strengths, because I've been able to listen to people and be able to understand, you know, the ups and downs that happen in the business, and I haven't been like, oh yeah, we can do this, like that all the time. I feel like being able to be a good listener and also being able to motivate people as well is probably one of my strengths.
Okay. So how do you think that you're able to build these relationships where you can listen and understand where your team are at?
How I've built these relationships.
Yeah. Really strong relationships.
I just treat everyone like they're my best friend, because I honestly feel like most of them are. Like, in my team, I love them so much, and I never judge. I never, if someone's not working their business, I never like judge them and go, "Oh, you're not doing it enough," or I just know if it's meant to be, it's up to me. So I will just find more people and help other people. But yeah, I just feel like I just love. I do a lot of loving. So I've got a big heart.
Yeah, you do, really do, and that actually it keeps people, you know, just following you. You are a leader in your own right, Stuart, a true inspiration. So that's what really keeps your tribe following you, I find. So well done.
Yeah, thank you. I just think that I've just attracted, and again, by visualization, I've been focusing on this for the past 5 years, like focusing every single day on what I want, and the kind of people that I want, and doing affirmations about the types of people that I'm looking for, and that has come into my life right now.
Okay, so what would you say are you do a lot of visualization. What would you say are your success habits, and that maybe you could pass on to our connectors and us as well?
I would say what's really helped me is I've always been a big dreamer, so I've always dreamed really big. But it's hilarious because when I very first started my Arbonne business, my dreams, what I thought were big at that time, were tiny, like so small. And so I think one of my things I do all the time is make sure that vision is stretched beyond all belief. But as soon as I achieve a goal, I'm like, right, on to the next. when I was younger, my mum used to always shout at me for going, "Oh God, you're never satisfied. You're never happy." But that's one thing that's driven me and kept me going and kept me building my business is that. I think, visualization is massive for me. Affirmations every morning in the shower. Literally, I started them when I very first started Arbonne and felt like an absolute Fruit Loop. Now every shower, it's like a regular, like religious ritual. I'm doing it every single day. And then, what would I say about other things? Well, I suppose just the listening to audios and just like trying to keep my cup full of inspiration, so then I can run my life from an inspired place.
That makes perfect sense.
That's powerful stuff.
Yeah. What sort of audios or books would you recommend? I know there's tons, and you're a keen reader.
There's loads. But I would say, it's so funny. Before I started my business, I literally read Jade Goody's biography, and that was it.
So you stepped up a lot from then.
I stepped up slightly from the Jade Goody days. Her story's so sad, but anyway, besides the point. I love The Slight Edge. It's a great book.
Amazing book.
I love Business of the 21st Century. I think it's a really, really good book.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
and I love also Robert Kiyosaki's other book about Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's a really, really good one.
Yeah.
How to get from where you are to where you want to be. Literally
I love that.
Everything for me. Love that one. And so the audios I'm listening to at the minute, I'm over the next 6 months, I'm completely throwing myself into the law of attraction. I've got an intuitive spiritual coach and everything that I'm
really okay.
I really want to find out how I can harness law of attraction, absolutely make it work for me. And so I'm doing that at the minute. And so the audios that I'm listening to right now are Ask and It Is Given by Jerry Hicks.
Oh, yeah, I've been listening.
It starts off a little bit wild and a bit weird. And I'm like, oh God, what do I do? But then the message, once you get into it, is absolutely phenomenal. And then the other book that I've literally just started listening to, which seems to be really good at the minute, is The Universe Has Your Back.
Oh, Gabriella, I listened to that last week on audio. It's really good.
Really, I'm really
check out then.
Yeah. But that's what I'm listening to right now. And then obviously The Secret. That's the main one that changed everything for me.
Amazing. What we do is we list all of those you've just mentioned underneath this video, so everyone else can check them out as well. I think one of the last questions we just want to touch on is what has been, obviously you've had a lot of highlights along your journey and it's still going. What's your main highlight that's been, that you've said, this has all been really worth it, something that's really stood out?
I think for me, the biggest thing that I've ever achieved was training in front of, I don't know if it's 17 or how many, 17,000 people, around about that number. And that for me made every single no, every single knockback, every single person that said I can't do it worth every single second. It was absolutely amazing. And I'm sure some people that like their worst nightmare, but for me that was like a dream come true. It was coming from a performing background. That's what I imagined myself performing on. I imagined myself performing on this big stage, being a pop star. And then in the West End, it's quite different. Everyone sits down, they clap, and it's all very polite. Whereas with this, literally, was just everyone screaming. Grace was there.
I was there screaming at the front as well.
Yeah, I loved it. That was a highlight of my life. And that's the best part about this business is that you get to experience things that would never be possible in the normal world, and it's just it's fabulous.
Amazing. Do you have any top 5 tips before we let you go, as we know you're a very busy man, that you'd give to anyone building?
I would say always listen to your gut. And I think a lot of people hush that voice, and it gets them in trouble. If you don't follow your intuition, you don't get to where you really want to go. Somehow, like that Steve Jobs quote, somehow your intuition already knows what you want to be before you do. So listen to that gut feeling. And when you do listen to that gut feeling, don't give up on it. I think so many people give up before payday and give up before they really find ultimate success. Number 3, I'd say just work hard. I think a lot of people underestimate what it takes to be successful and what it takes to be a millionaire, which is what one of my goals is. And I think people just want it to come to them, especially nowadays. People just expect, to start something and then all of a sudden they'll be a multimillionaire. It's like, get down big and work hard on yourself as well as your business. Number 4, I would say, number 4 is work on yourself.
Yes, that's a good one.
Definitely.
I think working on yourself is so important because if you're not training this, like it's like going to the gym. The people that go to the gym on a regular basis, you see a difference in their body compared to someone that doesn't. Even if that person, you've got 2 skinny people, and one's a skinny person that goes to the gym, one's a skinny person that doesn't go to the gym, and everything is so different. And so I feel like that's what you've got to do with your mind as well. It's so easy to let it slip and get a baggy brain, and you want your brain to be tight, like you've been to the gym every single day. And then number 5, I would say, is write a gratitude list. Be grateful for everything that you've got, wherever you are in your life, whether you're not where you want to be or whether you beyond where you want to be. I think gratitude is the key to success, because if you're not grateful, you're not happy, and then you're not successful, because the ultimate thing that people want is happiness. And I think writing a gratitude list for wherever you are right now will really help everything.
Definitely. I agree with all those 5 top tips. Seriously.
Amazing. Thank you for your time, Stuart. So you've given us such nuggets of wisdom, and our viewers and our connectors that can help, and I think across all types of businesses. So I want to thank you for spending some time with us today.
Yes, thank you very much.
No worries. It's lovely seeing you girls. I love you both.
And you too. All right then. Enjoy. Bye.